Every time before paying, I would deliberately drop large amounts of cash in front of the thugs, then stagger home as if drunk. Seeing me alone and seemingly vulnerable, the thugs thought they could rob me, but he didn't realize he was the one I was after. I grabbed his dagger and plunged it into his neck. After the scene, I calmly left without looking back. Once home, I turned on the lights, stripped off my blood-stained clothes, sealed them in a black plastic bag, and under the cover of night, tossed it into the trash. I even cleaned up the remaining blood from the floor. Clearly, I was no ordinary person. The earlier incident was no accident. It was a carefully laid trap. My hatred for these thugs had deep roots. My name was Harry, a retired high-ranking Marine. I lived a simple, disciplined life, meticulous in everything I did. Every day after breakfast, I visited my critically ill wife at the hospital. Though a shortcut through the underground tunnel was quicker, I never took it. It was a hangout for criminals, rife with guns and drug deals. I didn't want trouble, so I always chose the longer route, not out of fear, but because, in my mind, my wife was more important than anyone or anything. I refused to waste time on trivial matters, but fate did not favor me. One night, I received a call that my wife's condition had worsened. Panic-stricken, I rushed to the hospital through pouring rain. Passing the tunnel, I considered taking the shortcut to save time, but hearing shouting and cursing inside, I abandoned the idea. Those few minutes of hesitation cost me dearly. I arrived too late to see my wife one last time. Her death plunged my world into darkness. Fortunately, I had a fellow veteran friend who became my support, giving me a reason to keep living. We played chess together and reminisced about our military days. Though we shared many memories, our personalities differed greatly. I preferred a quiet, trouble-free life, while my friend couldn't stand injustice. Every time he saw thugs conducting illegal deals, he would complain, railing against the disrespectful behavior of today's youth. My friend had reason to be upset. Recently, the thugs harassed him constantly, filling his mailbox with disgusting items, even slapping him once. Being a soldier, he was ready to fight to the death, but I always advised him to call the police, trusting in the law. Following my advice seemed wise, yet trouble came that very night. The thugs set toxic substances outside his door, igniting his anger. Unable to tolerate the insult, my friend confronted the thugs. I learned the news the next day from 2 police officers. A female officer explained that my friend had gone to the tunnel seeking revenge, only to be ambushed and stabbed dozens of times, dying instantly. Though the officer spoke calmly, every word hit me like a tidal wave. The suspects were soon arrested, but their uncle was no ordinary man. He had bribed corrupt cops to erase fingerprints from the weapon, and instructed his nephews to claim the old man attacked them first, framing it as self-defense gone wrong. With the uncle's backing, and the covert support of crooked police, the case collapsed, and the thugs were released for lack of evidence. Enraged by this miscarriage of justice, I decided to take revenge in my own way, and thus began the scene at the very start.